Hope y'all enjoying the show so far. I got merch though. You can hit me on Twitter, She Gets It Pod. You can hit me on IG, hashtag She Gets It. You definitely will find me. Just giving y'all something that y'all can use, something that y'all can engage with. And if you're interested in merch, I got merch on Teespring. I will go ahead and put the link in the bio. Don't be a stranger. Anything you support is coming right back to this podcast because I'm trying to get to y'all with better equipment, better things to come, period. So if you're looking to go ahead and engage with your girl, check me out on Patreon, She Gets It. I'm trying to get that together. You got Teespring, and you can also hit me up on Twitter or IG, or you can email me. I'll go ahead and put the email in there too. Any questions, anything you got going on. I'm always looking for intriguing guests to have on. I'll go ahead and ask different people, if you want to get in on this collab topic. Also, if there are any other podcasters out there that want to collab, hit me up. I'm always, for a good collab, and I'm always for a good promotion. Like, there are no rules to this podcast shit. If you want to go ahead and grow your podcast and you just need more listeners out there, listen, ain't no shame over here. You not knocking nothing off of me. Go ahead and send me a quick, 1 minute or more explanation about your show, and I'll go ahead and put it in the segment, because we don't need outside companies, making us talk about product that we don't actually use. If you use it, cool. But we could go ahead and promote each other, okay? It doesn't have to be, you on top because you're better than, or I'm not going to talk about this podcast because I just don't want to. No, we are for each other. We are about growing each other, and it's going to take a team. It's going to take a team of us. But back to this show. Hello.
What's up? How are you?
I'm dandy. What's the goddamn topic?
Oh man, I'm gonna let you pick it. I want to say it gives you the opportunity to. So you got open talk, you got trending news and tweets, date and deets, one truth, one lie, or deal breakers.
Let's do. Ooh, they choose it for one lie, one truth.
One lie, one truth.
One truth, one lie.
Let's see. Okay. Damn. For me, it's gonna be rough. Okay, so one truth, one lie. So my favorite color is green, and I have slept with a famous podcaster.
Oh. So I have to see which one is the lie and which one is truth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first one is the truth. The second one is the lie.
It's reversed.
What?
Yeah. I can't say too many names because, who knows what will happen in 10 years.
Man, Greg. I'm supposed to be right.
But no, this was years ago. This was before the whole podcasting thing. But said person is out here in the community. So
okay. Well, that's nice to know you had a life.
Yeah, I did. I was once. My little statement is: once upon a time when I was a hoe. So that's usually my go-to. Everybody had a hoe phase, and there's no problem with having a hoe phase.
I haven't had one of those.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
I don't feel a need to have one because I'm very particular.
Well, the thing, you can be particular and still have a hoe phase. You could just be particular about two or three different people.
Not with these pointless pumpers out here.
Now, why though? So I don't know if you're like, I know you on Twitter and everything like that. So I fell into like a deep dark web of shit that was on Twitter about this
Yeah.
dude by the name of Ryan Henry.
Yeah.
I have no clue who this dude is. Apparently he's on like a tattoo show, and he slept with his baby mom's, I guess like his best friend's baby mom. And Twitter's been going nuts for about 4 to 5 hours about this shit. Now I have no clue who this dude is, but it's like it's a real big deal.
Like
But
Ryan from Nine Mag.
I'm assuming so.
Oh
All
my
I know is it's
God,
a
why would he do that? I don't oh, that's so messy. But
yeah,
that show
yeah.
is messy. That's why I don't watch it. I don't
Yeah.
need that
Now
energy in my.
all I know is like the guy posted photos of like their text conversations, and it got real juicy. So I was like, oh, like Black Twitter
Oh,
went nuts. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read up on this, in a couple hours. Apparently,
oh, Ryan.
like
Oh, okay.
yeah, the boyfriend or the husband or whoever he was,
Mhm.
apparently he attempted uh to like pop pills and overdose on purpose because he was going
Shit.
through it. I was like, yo, shit is real out here, and people don't understand. Like, yeah, like I know for a fact I'd kill somebody if they tried that shit. But and I can say that comfortably on air. I'm telling you, I'm certifiably crazy when it comes to shit like that. Like, we don't fuck off on each other's, like on people's spouses and stuff like that. I think that's kind of that one level that you just don't go.
That's why I'm single. I'm one tick away from hiring who I need to hire with no names.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, like I think a lot of people kind of like they don't get the magnitude of like relationships. And the reason why is because when people get into relationships, they make it seem like, oh, we're just dating, we're just, we're cordial, we have an open relationship, blah 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 blah, until
Mhm.
that person fucks somebody else. And then all of a sudden, well, that was my first love, and I wanted to be with her forever, and you niggas out here doing it. I'm like, oh well, now all of a sudden you care about her, you're concerned. But that's neither here nor there. So we were supposed to touch on the fake orgasms. So
Okay.
I, I don't know how to really phrase this, but as a guy, it's weird because on Twitter and social media, women feel as though men have never faked an orgasm.
I feel like it's way easier for you guys to fake an orgasm
Yeah,
than it is for us because for us, you should feel the pulsating of what's happening in the pussy world
yep,
and the grabbing and the extra heartbeat. And if you don't
yeah,
feel that, then it's not happening. Okay. Um,
yeah,
and men who don't know what that is, keep fucking. Um, so for men, it's a noise or it's uh a a rhythm that y'all just keep doing, and then I know
hmm
like okay, this thing's about to go to sleep.
exactly. There's that, I don't say it's a grunting period, but there's that period where for a fact we're about to finish because the strokes, they go from being like you said, like a heartbeat to being like about to be a heart attack, where it's like, okay, it skips a
Yes,
couple beats. And you're like, all right,
yes.
he's slowing up the pace and stuff like that. Like you know it's about to end. But the thing is, for us guys, like there's certain ways to get around faking the orgasm.
Like, why
There
would
is
you fake? I want to know
well,
from a guy, why would
well,
you fake?
well, for me, like I feel like there's three categories. So the first category is you faking it because like you thought the pussy was going to be good, and it, it it wasn't what you wanted to be, and you having like buyer's remorse, if you want to call it that.
Not buyer's
And
remorse, not the
yeah.
$40. Ooh.
Yes. So basically, with that is you go and you're doing this or whatever, and some guys will use different scenarios, like she smelled down there, or he's
Oh,
just not in the mood or something like that. So their way of faking an orgasm, and all men have done it at least once. Any guy who claims to have had as much sex as the dudes who say in like 2020 they've been doing all the shit that they've been doing. So the first scenario is you pull out and you're like, damn, that was good, blah, 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 blah. And the girl gives you the look back or the look up or something like that. And she's like, you done? Or, or just like some scenario where she's trying to ask you if you finished and you're like, yeah, I'm good or something like that. Now, if a guy tells you he's good, your pussy is trash. Like, nobody should be saying, I'm good. Like, this is not,
Well, that depends. That depends, Greg, because I have had a male specimen that looks like everything, quacks and
hmm
talks and eats like a duck, should be a duck. Very tall, shoe big,
hmm
muscular. Got down to it to try it, see what that BJ samples was like, and he couldn't swim.
Yeah, well, that's because a lot of guys are used to swimming at like waist and height level. Like it's easy to swim when you know your feet can touch the bottom of the bottom of the pool. But when you're in the
But
middle
I
of the
just
ocean,
couldn't
it's a little bit
understand
different.
it because he was so manly-ish, and I seen the accessory, and I'm just like, okay, this should work. And he just could not swim, and it took me like weeks to be convinced from friends to like go ahead and give him another try. Maybe he drank too much. Maybe he such and such. Same thing, and then he had a nerve to fall asleep.
Oh, oh, oh.
Like, I have never ever in life wanted to tell a man, get up, get your backpack, and get your
Wait, get
shit.
up and get your back. Hold on,
Get,
wait,
get
wait.
up, get your
Get up and
backpack,
get your
and get
back.
your shit, and go.
Oh, that's the name of the show. Get up, get your backpack. Wow, that nigga,
You're not running, no
he came with
carrying
a
around the motherfucking backpack. I'm
what?
just like,
Get
oh
up,
my God.
get your backpack. What? He can't. Wait, he came over there with a Jan Sport though.
Listen, he was like, where do I put my bag? I said, nigga, just put it anywhere. Like, we ain't here for this. Like,
Exactly.
this
Like you
is
could have
your
left it
this
at the
is your
front door.
second tryouts, okay? We about to kick you off of the team.
Yeah. So, so obviously you have that scenario, but then you have the scenario that I call the it was too good and you weren't enough. All men have had one like woman that has taken them down. When I say that, meaning like you thought you were going to conquer Mount Everest and Mount Everest conquered you. So
Oh,
yeah, and the way of faking the orgasm is honestly pulling out. So you may be familiar with this. Dudes will tell you the method is you pull out and you instantly start eating the pussy. The reason why you do that is because you're trying to get it back up again so you can go round two.
I know that already. I'm just like, nigga, like
Yeah,
it's a
but
lot of men out here that should be able to go more than the length of time that they go, and they're not. And maybe, sir, it's time for you to cut back on your drinking. Maybe, sir, it's time for
yeah,
you to cut back on your smoking. Maybe it's time for you to go incorporate 3 runs a week at least,
hmm
because I'm bored here. Okay,
hmm Well,
it's
that
ridiculous.
that's because men they don't have proper sex cardio, and even me, like of all people, I talk a lot of shit, but there was a point where my sex cardio was not where it needed to be. And the reason why I say that is because I would go and I'm like, I'll go drinking out, one night or something like that, and then I would make a phone call, and something would happen, and
Hmm.
I'd get there, and I'd be like, the anticipation was building up, but I wasn't. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, is it me? Is it the alcohol? What is it? And it's
Yeah,
all a mental thing. Like, I know for a fact that a lot of guys, a lot of men will go and say, oh, well, I perform better when I drink. Now,
yeah.
that's
That's a
not proven to be a factual thing, though.
That's a lie. There's
Yeah,
there has been many times that a particular dick has fallen asleep in this cozy pussy of mine, and I'm just
yeah.
like, sir,
Well,
wake
I
up.
mean, what is worse? A guy who I guess I've never asked this question to a woman that's not like someone I'm sleeping with or something, right? So you're the pod mother to my daughter. So this is a safe question. So what's a what's a worse scenario? A guy who prematurely ejaculates or a man who can't get it up?
A man who can't get it up,
Hmm.
because it's kind of like, why are you here? Because usually the
Yeah.
man that can't get it up, he can't eat pussy either.
Wow. Is that like a scientific fact, or is it something that,
I'm not a
you know?
scientist. I only have a BA, but from what I've seen, there's a lot of men out here still playing with their foods, but their mom is not in the room.
Oh, oh, so they're sneaking shit to the dog under the table. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that answer though. I was more expecting it to be a thing where like the guys come quick because every single tweet, every person I see on social media, it's
Yeah.
always it's a size thing or it's a well he came too quick. Like he basically like Tony Braxton. He wasn't man enough for me. Oh yeah, it lasted for about 3 to 4 minutes and he's done. I'm like, okay, so what is the prerequisite in 2020 for sex? Because some people will tell you it got to be 30, 40 minutes. Some people will tell you it'll be 10, 15 minutes. I'm
For
good.
me,
But
if I'm rearranging my schedule that I got with 2 kids, you better
mhm,
be getting 45 minutes or longer.
yeah, that's
If
fair. I feel like
if it's under that, because to me, if you're counting anything under that, you really didn't want to be there in the first place.
yeah. But that goes into that anticipation thing. Like there's nothing more that a man anticipates, like on a Friday night, other than they sent that text message to get some ass at like 7, 8 o'clock right before the club or something like that, and then you know, and then
Secure the
at like
pussy. If anything else
yeah,
fails, secure the
yeah,
pussy.
you got to do it early. Like, me, I have a lot of guy friends, and we used to always have this pack where it's like, hey, like either you gonna ride with this person home and y'all gonna kick, or you going with homegirl. Because what we would do is we would all ride together to
Yeah.
said bar, said club. That way we knew when one was gone, all of us are gone. But usually what happens is there's always that one person that often disperse. You'd be like, all right, where's Q? Or, where's E? Where's Darren? And you're like, damn, like, where'd they go? And they just were often disappearing. So you're like, oh, well, I guess he went and got some either at the bar, at the club, or
Yeah.
they had on call. So around
Not on
11, 12
call,
o'clock,
Punani.
yeah, on call is honestly to me, it's like the only way you can actually guarantee that you've done it, which means you got to do the prerequisite text messages during the day, entertain them all day, and then at like 7, 8 o'clock while you're getting dressed and you're drinking with your boys and stuff like that, you're texting just to confirm, right? But you got to keep her entertained. You got to make sure she don't fall asleep at 11, 12 o'clock. So you don't give a lot of dirty talk. What you do is you just keep her entertained, talking, hey, I'm thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. Because she's going to like, hey, he's talking to me all night. Like he's not even having fun with his boys, which is
Yeah.
what they want. They don't want you to have fun. They want you to think about getting that ass when you get there. So then you got to make sure you leave the club at an appropriate hour. You can't be waiting until they play, Beyonce's Love in the Club at 2:30. You gotta leave at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, because you still got that 20, 30 minute commute to wherever you're going to go get what you're getting. And God forbid if you're stopping for rub, hopefully you got all that shit with you. So when you get there, you should already know what you came for. So
Yeah, my
according
pussy
to
definitely has a bedtime.
yeah, what is that statement that a girl said before? Isn't this what you came for? So that was something that I heard once upon a time. Like, ain't this what you came for? So basically, what you came for is this. So all the let's kick it on the couch and stuff like that, that fucks up men at the end of the night when they want to go and have like a kickback moment with them. Like, no, you already knew what you were here for, and she know you drunk. Just go, mosey onto the room, and y'all do whatever y'all do. If you spend the night, you spend the night. Hopefully, your backpack has a toothbrush and all that other shit with it, and
Listen,
more important,
some of them get real slick with that backpack and start taking out the shit that's out their backpack and
bro.
leaving it. Like, oh, I
Oh
need to come back and get my things. No, you don't.
yeah. Man, trust me, like I've been surprised, and as a guy, like I've been surprised what women will leave, like little breadcrumbs, which I don't have a problem
Like
with you leaving breadcrumbs, but it was the shit that
mascara,
they would
the
leave.
comb
Yeah,
that you can use.
like I was like, wait, like the comb, and mind you, like me, I used to be a real big dirtbag, right? So once upon I didn't live like I lived with my grandmother for a couple years, right? So what I would
Yeah.
do is, she would be upstairs, like on the top level, and there was like the basement. So I was literally taking chicks to the basement and going and like
Oh,
doing things that I
Lord.
had no business doing, right? But I mean, they knew this because it's like, all right, like some things you just have to let them know up front. So once you let them know up front, they're good. So homegirl will come over
You
and
had
then we'll
that
do the
concrete support that made
yeah,
no noise.
man. Exactly. But here's the thing. There's something so trash about going and being in somebody's basement and having sex, but then you're not having sex on like a bed and it's not even your room. So
Listen,
like basically,
if women want to be honest, they would tell you that the best sex they have ever had from a man has been the one who had to create a pallet and did not have a mattress.
oh my God, bro, look, pallets. Um, Honestly, I probably still owe my grandmother a futon right now to
Oh
this day.
God.
So because I'm telling you, a futon has to be the worst place you can ever have any type of like intimacy because the fucking screws will come out the side come out the side of the futon, and then the mattress isn't secured to it, right? So God
No, it's
forbid it
sliding all
the
over the
fucking
place.
exactly.
Might as well just
And then
take the
it
mattress off and put it on the floor.
yeah, and then the shit has this weird squeaking noise that it makes. But so I got to give you a funny story, and we get back to it. So basically, what happened was I was like having an action on this futon, right? And nobody tells you that in the middle of the futon, it actually folds up if there's too much weight pressed up against it,
Yes,
right?
you got to be on
So
either side.
yeah, well, here's the thing: you can't even be on either side. Because say, for example, both of y'all on one side of the futon, and the other side of the futon, like say the one that's close to the wall, that shit will elevate on you and lean forward. You don't want that. So, I got real creative. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna leave the futon in an L shape and we're gonna do what we're gonna do on that way. And then when you go to sleep, then we'll fold out that futon and then you can go to sleep. But I was so trash that I would literally go back up to my room after this and just let them go, casually get their own like piece of sleep downstairs in the basement. And I would go back upstairs. Am I a trash person for that though? Now that I'm a little bit
Yes. What if your grandma wanted to do some laundry?
oh man. But here's the thing. So I guess I got another funny story. So back once upon a time when I was old, right? So I would go like out to the club and I would have like my friends I went to high school with and people that like, I've known for years. So one of my friends that, I've known, yeah, like I can't even want to say her name, but she came to my house and we didn't do anything. She was just like really drunk. And I guess the guy that she was with left her at the club. So I told her, I was like, hey, you can, ride with us back home and you can just sleep in the basement and then you'll be fine. And I'll just, I'll drive you in the morning. So she comes home, with me or whatever, goes to the basement and goes to sleep. So me, I'm drunk as shit myself. So I'm hoping nothing bad happened between us, but it didn't. So
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and I smell food cooking, right? So I was like, yo, like what in the fuck? Like, wait, my grandmother's cooking. Like she don't cook unless there's somebody here, right? So I'm like, okay,
She's
that's her
making
way of
food for your guests, honey.
yeah, yeah. So I come up the, I come down the steps, and my grandmother, she's having a conversation. But she's not having that phone conversation where like you can tell it's like your aunts or your cousins or something like that on the phone. It's somebody in the house. So I was like, oh shit, like I hope that girl didn't come upstairs or whatever, right? So she comes up, she comes upstairs, and I'm basically standing there watching them talk and her and my grandmother talking. And my grandmother said, well, he didn't fuck you in the basement like he did last weekend with some girl. I was like, wait, what? What?
Your
She
grandma
was like,
sounds like my mom.
oh my God. But it was bad because my grandmother's basement has a laundry chute that goes from the third floor to the basement, right? But
Hmm.
to get from like the third floor to the basement, it has like that long tunnel that goes between it, right? So what
Hmm.
I didn't discover until like midway through my whole phase is like you can hear shit by just standing right there at the laundry chute, right? To the point
Because
where
it
once
echoes to that motherfucking tube.
exactly. So what I had to do is I had to go and stuff like a pillow like in
Oh
the
my
laundry
God.
chute in order to make sure that you could muffle the noise. But I guess tying that story in, like with guys and whole
Your
phase and stuff
granny
like that.
knew
Like,
what she was doing. Your
oh,
granny knew
she
you was
knew.
downstairs getting some snacks.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, I had to wise up. I ended up, in a couple relationship stuff like that. And I was like, I got to get my own place. But it was a rough go for having my whole phase. So if you haven't had a whole phase, be glad because I don't know how a whole phase actually works in 2020. Like, I
Me
feel like it would
either.
probably
I didn't have a whole phase, but I had someone that I was gladly a hoe for.
yeah. And that's the thing. You should want to be a whole for one person. Two
Yeah,
if
that
you
was fun.
good.
That was fun. It was like 10 relationships in one. That
So hold on. So we're supposed to get this story. So one of my friends decided they were going to join. They're in the chat now. So I'm trying to explain to them how to actually do this like stereo thing. So there is a voice control button right beside, like I guess like right beside the topic. So all they
Mhm.
have to do is hold it or like press it, and then they can talk as if it's like a voicemail. And then
Yeah.
we play it so they can actually like have their conversation with us. Because her story, I feel like is about to be a doozy. She kind of like alluded to it on IG. So
Hmm.
I hit her up and I was like, yo, like what happened? Like I need to know. So hopefully she can explain in detail exactly what happened. So let me just text her and just see if she knows.
Wild.
Yeah. So I guess while she's figuring that out, though, we got to finish talking about this faking orgasms thing. So I'm trying to. So we talked
I
about,
don't want men out here faking orgasms, because this is how you help the ecosystem of vaginas and dinglings. You need to be honest with these people about how they're not making the cut.
yeah,
Okay? Pussies must be dropped from policies, and so should dinglings. If it's
yeah,
not reaching, tell them it's not reaching, and then maybe more people might be open to learning how they can reach the goals that they need to reach, and that's going to make
hmm
their pussy better for the next person. It's going to make their dick stretch where it needs to go for the next person. But we're not helping each other by faking anything during exchanging energies.
yeah. Like just don't fake it either. Like I don't know. Like I'm sure there's been one, maybe two, maybe three women who have faked it with me, and I'm fine with that. The reason why I'm fine with that is because I know at the end of the day I fucked, and I know that's a really trash take, but it's the truth.
That's the
Like
immature before Greg is into his new life
yeah,
thought
yeah,
process. And I'm glad you graduated, sir.
yeah. I had to because obviously marriage, relationship, stuff like that. But there were like back in my early 20s, I had like certain categories that I kept women in, which it's going to sound trash to say, but it's like women that like I knew that I wanted to date, but I knew I couldn't do much with them, like because they didn't want that, they just wanted like the physical thing. Then
Mm-hmm.
there were the women that were interested in me, but I didn't take them seriously enough, and I only kept it to a sex like type of situation. And damn, that's really trash to think about me saying that at 33.
I mean, it's growth,
Hopefully,
Greg. Oh, the message popped up.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see what she says. There's two messages, so
Yeah.
let's hear what she
So
says.
I am 33. I happened to meet this guy that is 24. And of course, we had a discussion like, what you're looking for and what I'm looking for, like two complete different things. I'm looking for like lifelong situation, and you are at a point where you should just be having fun in your life and not trying to be held down by a female. So we agree with all of those terms, and we're just having fun together. Today, I happen to get a phone call, and it's a girl like, "Hey, are you talking to my boyfriend?" Now, I don't really have that many people calling my phone, so but I wasn't going to pick names out for her. So I'm like, "Well, who exactly are you speaking about?" So then she gives me his name. And I just laughed and I hung up the phone because I feel like
Wow. So I'm assuming she has another one. I'm gonna see if I can
I
delete it though. So that one she wanted me to delete, but I want to hear the rest of this story. I don't like. I can tell where this is going, but where do you think
Okay.
the story is gonna go?
To me, because she is in no position of a girlfriend and he doesn't mean anything, she doesn't owe this bitch shit. This
Yeah,
chick need to talk to her boyfriend, and the only person she needs to talk to at 33 is this young dingaling with hella energy. And I know that's slight because one of my child's fathers had hella energy, and I appreciate that dick at that time.
oh
She
my
don't owe this bitch
God.
shit. I need
but
more beat.
it's facts though. It like
I never
I just
understood why the girlfriend calls the other woman, bitch, your man is out of pocket. Your young boy toy is out of pocket, not me. I had the Polly Pocket pussy he's trying to get into.
exactly. But why in the like I've always had a personal issue with people who go like they're in relationships and the spouse reaches out to that person instead of checking the person that they're with. Like y'all aren't gonna have some type of camaraderie and become BFFs because y'all found out that the person that has been playing the both of y'all ain't shit. Like 9 out of 10, you knew that person wasn't shit to begin with. So the fact that y'all are going through like these gymnastics of, hey, what's that song like, hey Barbara, this is Shirley and shit like that. Like no,
Yeah.
like talk to him. You know he gonna lie, but the thing is, at that point, either you gonna believe the lie and stay with the nigga, or you gonna leave him. But
Which
either
she
way, like
is.
Yeah, but the thing is, when she leaves, like, well, I don't want to say if she leaves. Say if she don't leave, is the reason why she doesn't leave is because she's afraid that if she leaves, all he gonna do is end up fucking with the girl that he was trying to
No,
fuck
because
with on the
he
side
fucking with the
anyway.
girls while he fucking with her. She just doesn't want to step into the control of her own relationship. So it's easier for her to control or try to control somebody that's not in the relationship with her, so she doesn't care how they feel. Because most women, when they don't confront the person that they're with that's disrespecting them in the relationship, is
Hmm.
because they're afraid of standing their motherfucking ground and saying some shit where a nigga gonna be like, okay, I'm leaving.
Mm. See, yeah.
They're
All
scared
right.
of what that response is going to be. So it's easier for them to go to a woman and be like, you're fucking up my relationship. No, bitch. Your man is out here supplying community peen, and I got some cardio to burn, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah, but man, like I don't. I'm trying not to side with the guys here, but I have to. Somebody got to side with the dudes. Oh, here we go. Here go. Here's the second part.
I
Here we
don't
go.
owe you an explanation.
Boom.
I'm not the one that's supposed to be in a relationship with you. So that's something that you should be dealing with him. I never understood why women always felt like they had to
Boom.
approach the other woman. I don't look at that as like a woman empowerment thing, like sisters sticking together. It's like, sis, deal with that situation with the one that you're committed to.
Yes. Exactly.
Yep,
Exactly. Exactly.
absolutely. Like I think that's the perfect way to put it. Like just like we were talking about the whole situation with the guy, what's his name, Ryan Henry, and he slept with his boy's baby mom, right? Like you know for a fact you a dirtbag just by doing that shit. But like certain situations, like you shouldn't put yourself in. Like I feel like single people, they know what they're doing. Like for me, as a married person, I've been in situations where people see the happiness on social media and stuff like that, and they want to
And
test
they
that shit. They're
envy
like,
that shit. They try.
yeah,
Listen, uh, some toxic single ass people look at people's wedding rings and them not with their
mm-hmm,
spouse as a motherfucking challenge.
yeah,
And it's
yeah, and
fucked up.
it's yeah. Well, like you and I are friends. Like that, like for me, I just feel like there are certain people who you can have a friendship relationship with, and it can just be that. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure other men think that, but other women won't think that. Like, say for example, like my best lady at my wedding was a woman. Like I had a best man and a best lady. Like her and
Mhm.
I have never had any relations. We've never touched each other, never nothing like that. We've just been friends for so long, and she's seen me fuck off on a lot of other women, so I'm probably sure that's another reason why she would never try her hand, right? But
Yes.
at the end of the day, like there are situations where men can be like they can have a relationship with a woman that's not physical. So the
Fact.
fact that
The
you
the men that don't understand that are the men that don't have the self discipline to be the conqueror king over their peen,
yeah,
and
but
they make that
okay,
thing for them, and every pussy cannot be a comfy couch.
yeah, it can. But some men just honestly, I don't want to say they lead with their dick, but it's just more so a bravado. Like, okay, like I gotta catch them all. Like I got like if the ass is
Yeah.
there for me, I gotta get it.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Let me see. So we got this other voicemail. Let me see.
I feel like at the end of the day, I don't owe you an explanation. I'm not the person that you're dating. Like, sis, this is not some type of woman empowerment, like pussies unite type situation. You're dating
Pussy
him.
night.
Ask him. Don't ask me. Like, I literally don't even know what to say in those situations because I didn't even know about you. So it's like, we're both being lied to at this point. I'm also, shocked that there's somebody that he's seriously dealing with, but I'm not upset because clearly I'm not in my feelings with him like you are. But, women have to learn how to, deal with it with the person that you're dating. Us outsiders, we don't have anything to do with that.
I
Shay,
absolutely agree.
Shay, Shay, you my friend, Shay. When you
Yes.
said pussies unite, I said, girl, the
Yeah.
juices, honey, the juices.
It's the truth. I think a lot of guys like I've seen it obviously on social media, and that's the only like avenue where I can actually use this as an example. But
Yeah.
a lot of men go and they they tell their relationships to the people that they're trying to fuck. And that like is always the detriment of all men. It's like they're trying to keep the side.
Hello.
Yeah, they're trying to keep
Hello.
this. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like you can't go and try to keep the side chick comfortable. Like she already knew her position because honestly, she
Okay.
don't want.
Wait,
Go ahead, go
Greg.
ahead.
Wait, Greg.
Uh-oh.
Then you have to redefine what a side chick is. Because a lot of these women that are in relationships with community dick men that don't want to be honest about it
Mhm.
like to say, oh, she's a side chick. But a side chick has limitations.
Yeah.
If your man that you're claiming is not giving other women limitations on what their relationship can be, that's his other relationship. If
Yeah.
that man is going to that woman's house and meeting her family and going on vacations with her and around her children and has like space to come hang out at the house or a key, that is his other relationship. That is no longer a side chick.
Yeah. But here's the thing: if you're not trying to build a bond or relationship with that person and it's just physical, why can't it just be that? Like there shouldn't be a title. And I
Because
know men.
because this is what happens. When men are in a relationship with a woman that they feel like they need to hide pieces of themselves from,
Mhm.
they feel freedom when they leave the house or when their girl is not around. They
Yeah.
instantly get this bachelor attitude. And then when they see a woman on the outside that they know don't owe shit, that don't have no expectations for them, they feel freedom to share. And sometimes they overshare. And then when they
Hmm.
overshare and this woman is not looking at them like, oh, you's a horrible person, or they're
Hmm.
accepting of, okay, this is just what it is. So this is what I'm willing to do with you with all this shit you got going on. They get really comfortable. And when you get really comfortable with somebody, what do?
You
You
start
share
telling
damn
everything.
near your everything. Their things that bother them, you want to be their solution. And you start to split yourself. You
Yeah.
start to be
So
real with the person that really hasn't been there struggling with you all the time, and you start to be deceptive and telling the person that's at home waiting for you what they want to hear.
mhm.
It's
So
backwards, but that's what it is.
no, it's that's the truth. I completely agree. I just for me, like I haven't been well, I won't say single. I haven't been in a situation where I've had the opportunity to be single in this new age era of dating. Like
Mm.
I caught, I kind of like left the game when the online dating thing was looked at like it was laughable. Like when people are like, oh shit, you dating people online? You must be a creepy ass nigga, right? I'm like, no, like I can't go to the bar and meet people. I can't go to, club. Like I've just never been that type of person. Anybody who knows me knows like I don't mind sharing laughs and being funny and stuff like that. I am the same way in person, but I'm also kind of a recluse. So I like to stay by myself. And if I know you, we can talk and all that. But I don't go out of my way to go and just like approach somebody at a bar and just try to hit on them and stuff like that. So like now, how do you like what are the do's and don'ts when it comes to not just like dating, but even the side chick shit? Because say if there is some guy out here who is listening to the show and
Mhm.
they might have somebody, but they're like, okay, I'm with this person, but I might not be completely happy. Obviously, the number one thing you would tell them is to try to end that or express that to their partner, right? But
Yeah.
say this relationship is already on the outs and they're about to like end it. So say if they do that,
They're never about
and
to end it.
okay,
That's the issue. That's why that person is always the other. Like a
mm-hmm,
side is like, I take care of home. I make sure this woman has what they need, or this man, because women do it too.
yeah,
And when I leave the house and I want to hang out, I call up this other dude because I don't have to worry about the things that he's worrying about in his real life. I don't
yeah,
have to worry about how his mom feels. I don't have to worry about his kids. I'm just focused on him, and I'm focused on having a good time, and we like to fuck, and I actually like his company. And then you start to develop a real relationship. It's no longer a side thing because you start evolving into doing more than just fucking.
yeah.
When it's just
So
fucking,
it's a side piece situation. When you start,
Okay.
go ahead. When you start wanting more and doing more and showing up more and having more privileges, this is your other relationship.
Damn. I think you just might have spit some gospel right there. Good grief. Because I was definitely about to interject with a question. Like I still might have to ask it because I feel like you might have the perfect answer for it. So
Ask it.
why do men have side chicks but women have niggas waiting?
Okay. Men have side chicks because it's a side of them that they don't want to reveal to the person they're actually with, that the world knows that they're with, because they want to keep them in a corner pocket. They want to keep them where they're at. They want to keep them in the illusion that everything is great over here. You have nothing to worry about. I'm the best person in your life.
Yeah.
All right. And they feel like, oh, it only gets disrespectful once my woman that's parked at my house finds out about this other woman. That's when it gets disrespectful. And then if it's revealed, they start to tell the person that's in their other relationship that you're out of pocket for talking to her. No, you're out of pocket for being fucking sloppy and her having the ability to call me to fuck up. Now, when it comes to women having men on hold, on standby, it's because she's counting the amount of fuck ups on your account. Like, all women have an account in their relationship. It's this invisible account of, all right, he fucked up here. He fucked up here on this. I'm tired of talking to him about this. And you don't see that volcano about to erupt. While that's happening, this man that's on hold is seldomly like checking in a friendly way. They're not fucking. They're not going out on dates. He's like checking in as a friend still. And he is a friend. And then once it erupts and he gets to a point where he's just like, man, like, I don't understand why you're in this relationship. Then she starts to think, like, okay, how many more fuck ups am I going to allow him to have? That way, this last fuck up that probably could be something really small or something really big, she's going to take advantage of it and be like, I want out. This relationship is over. And boom, give her about 2 weeks. You're going to start seeing her in more pictures with this nigga. You're going to start seeing them out more. You're going to start seeing them together. And then all of a sudden, we evolved into a relationship.
So it's like, wait, why are you happy? I don't like that shit.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's not the same thing. One is actively dealing, and one is like just on hold.
That's sad. That is sad.
I don't agree with them, either of them, when you're in a relationship, because when I'm in a relationship, I'm focused on one person. A woman always feels when a man that is a friend or an associate would like to be more, when they have any issue with being more. But if you respect your relationship, you keep them at a distance.
Exactly.
When you don't, that's when you start engaging in like the active flirting.
But like, say, like, I don't want to say in my case, but say in other cases where there are people who get flirted with all the time, right? So they get flirted with all the time, and they actually fall for this, because I've seen it done, I've heard it done, and I've been a part of that. That it has happened. So what happens if you fall into it, but it was all just a trap?
What you mean a trap? Like they like the person that you with was in cahoots with this person?
Yeah. Like, say for example, like
that's their fault.
Like,
because I'm sure there was
clues
though? There. I'm sure there was clues there, and that's the thing. When women cheat, they're smart about it. They already have their backup plan before they have their initial plan, and they have one of their best friends in corner pocket to give a save. A save. Like, there's no way you can find proof because this is what it is. Men don't have that. Men be last minute with this shit. Men eyeballs be wide open when their woman calls their boy on speaker and be like, so what happened last night at 9:00? And he has no like net. He has no like savior. And then his boy, and let's not have it on FaceTime. His boy is scratching the back of his head at this point. What you mean? What happened? Like, y'all just sloppy.
So is it that women cheat better, or women are better at leaving and ending things without the guy knowing and
Both,
accepting it?
both of them. It's both.
Yeah, it could, two things can exist. Two,
It's both. I'm
you,
sorry.
you,
It's both.
so I guess to tie it all in, like obviously, we've proven that women are the smarter gender in that regard. Now, tying it into this whole faking orgasms thing. So why do women do it?
Why do women fake orgasm? Because they tired of the fucking
Hmm.
because he's not getting it right. And some women don't want to teach the man that she with. She rather just reach out to the man that she want.
So you said she doesn't want to teach. Now,
Yeah.
is that like across the board? Like, I want to hear like somebody who's in the room that like can like verify this, because I'm like floored by it. Because I've heard
Oh,
people say, "I'm not in the you're too old to be teaching people, and you're too old."
yes.
Like people, but
Yes.
are you too old to teach someone? Like, what is too old?
It's not verbatim. I'm too old. I have passed 35. I can no longer teach any pupils. It's
Uh,
I I know for sure with my character, with my age and the time and the experience I have no patience to be teaching a man how to hit the areas within me that he needs to hit. It's now that you either know it, you're either older than me and more seasoned than me, and you're coming to my bed with more tips and tricks to teach me, but I don't want to be the one to teach you. But for me, when I have to teach a man how to please me, physically, uh, sexually, my nipples get soft. I start to feel like I start to feel like you're my child and I'm your mother and I'm trying to show you the ropes. I don't ever want to feel like that. I want to feel like this man has come into my life to conquer, lead, and show in all aspects. And he's about to dominate. He's about to throw down. It's about to be some WrestleMania up with this bitch, and we about to sweat it out.
Man, what that that is a perfect way to end, like to end this little episode. I don't even like, gee, like I feel like we gotta do more of these now. This is very entertaining. I didn't think I was gonna like this platform, but how this lets you like interact with people and people can leave like voicemails and stuff like that, I think that's pretty dope. So if only we can get other podcasters on it and we can just like interrupt their like live shows by like commenting and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if Shay is still in the room, I just wanted to ask Shay, like, when the girl actually messaged you, did the guy contact you either before, or has he contacted you since? Like, because I've always wanted to ask somebody who's been in that situation, like, say if the guy gets caught or something like that, like, did he reach out after and was like, hey, my,
If
my
he
girl tripping?
if it depends on how much the girl that he's claiming to be with or she thinks he's with has him by the balls in life. Like for
Yeah.
me, when I was in a similar situation, um, it was the mother of his kids and she lived with him. And
Oh.
saw it as, if I don't problem control this shit, then she might leave with my kids. That was her leverage. That was the thing that he was trying to avoid. She
Mm.
might leave with my kids, and then she's gonna put me on child support.
Wow.
So
Oh, he threw the whole book at you. He threw the
yeah,
Playboy book
and
at you.
to me it was like, my nigga, you act like I reached out and I called your bitch. She's been
Exactly.
calling my she's been calling my phone for a phone bill you don't pay for. You got
Mm.
sloppy and she has my number. You got sloppy and you're the one saying my name in your sleep. So nigga, you can't come regulate anything over here. You just got to deal with
Hmm.
that. And he
Yeah.
continuously dealt with that off and on for 15 plus years, and now we have a 3-year-old.
Hey, how did you tie all that in together?
I'm just saying, like, when if a man is going to continuously deliver his community peen, then you as a woman have to accept or not accept and make a move. She's been clearly accepting, and this is just what our life is right now. That he's the mother, he's the father of one of my kids, and she has a relationship with her when she goes to his house, and that's just what it is. We don't have a verbal relationship. We don't have a friendly relationship. It's just cordial. It's respected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know you're going to be in the house. You're his girlfriend for the last 20 plus years, and you're still waiting on a ring. Don't know if you're going to get that, but good luck, girl. You've been telling me that since college. But what's the facts is he is who he is, and you're clearly accepting. And a lot of women, I need to tell you this. If you're going to accept it, stop calling these women, stop calling these females because they don't owe you shit. Maybe you need to go in the bathroom or go in your living room and look at that mirror you have in your little comfy living room and say, hey, do we want to be here? Is this what we want to deal with? Do we want to go through different names and roll calls and call logs and print out shit and babysit this man? Or do we want to be with the man that wants us? Stop calling these women.
That's the name of the show. Stop calling these women. But hold on, we got this voicemail. I'm gonna play it. Hold on.
It literally just happened tonight, and I sent him a text message to let him know that his girlfriend reached out to me. I have yet to hear back, so I'll update you on the next show.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he is definitely in a doghouse. He ain't contacting until like Friday. Right now, he is on damage control. Right, I'm telling you, his Instagram story is gonna be, "I love you, boo. I love you, baby." Like I just want to, I want
Who
us to
was
be.
that football player where his wife went to the hotel room and pulled out a gun on the bitch he was?
Earl Thomas. Like, oh my
Listen,
God, I
you
remember
saw his
that.
post. He was like, "I
Oh,
just want to say, I appreciate this wonderful, beautiful woman here." I'm just like, nigga, she got your nuts in her hand, baby.
exactly. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. We need an update, Shay. So I don't know. The next time we might do this like later on in the week, But damn, I really want to know now. Like we'll give him a couple days. We'll give him till Thursday because I feel like tonight you ain't gonna get nothing out of him. He's probably, if he does, he's gonna wait till she fall asleep and be like, "Hey, it's just crazy right now. I'm gonna contact you later." Like it's gonna be
Listen,
that.
listen. I have experience where she has held on to his phone so he doesn't contact me, and because he knew my number by heart, he took her phone and contacted me.
Oh boy! Wow.
So
Good
to me,
grief.
it's kind of like these women that are in these relationships where they have men that wander off. Um, y'all need your own therapist. Y'all don't need to be calling these women.
Mm-mm. But my thing is, why are we like picking up people's phones and opening them if we not paying the phone bill? I feel
Listen,
like that
Juice
should
and
just.
I had this conversation. Juice and I had this conversation. Listen, it's a lack of accountability. You know who you're dealing with. You know you're not the only one in this phone. You
Mm-hmm.
just know. So don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just let this person be who they are, and you make a decision on how you want to play it.
Mm. I can't say anything else. You have given us all the talking points that make the most sense. So we're gonna end this episode until a couple days from now. We'll come back again. Where can people find you on your shows, on social media, and all that?
Hashtag She Gets It Podcast. She Gets It Podcast on IG, Twitter, and She Gets It Pod at gmail.com if you have any questions. And yes, I'm on all platforms.
And as usual, you can follow me at Al Sharp Tongue on Twitter. You cannot follow me on Instagram because I don't really like y'all like that. You can follow the podcast at Young Black Pod. And, I mean, there ain't much else. Also, just lock your phones. Put a password on it. Put a
Listen,
password that you don't remember. What are y'all doing not putting passwords on your phone?
living la vida loca.
Man, what? All right, y'all. So thank you, Shan. Thank you again, just for teaching me like a lot this
Of
episode.
course.
So I guess next week, well, not next week, next episode, we have to do a topic that you discuss. So you got to make it a juicy one. You got to make it juicy.
Ready? I'm
Oh
leaking.
boy.
Soaking
Oh
wet.
boy. All right, I'll hit you up later.
Bye.
Bye.
So boom, like I motherfucking said, Greg and I recorded this on an app called Stereo. Download it for your iPhone, download it for your Android. It allows you to be in contact with people who are just talking, having discussions that might have a podcast or might not. They're just live talking, and you can engage with whoever. Listen and talk anywhere, anytime. Speak freely on Stereo. What happens is you make like your own icon. It's like being on FaceTime, but with like an emoji, right? And then you just talk about whatever you want the topic to be. And you accrue money by how long you're on there, how many talks you have, and how many people you engage with. Like, listen, if you're already in this podcast thing, boom, you can do it. Talk to whoever you want. So if there's any podcasters out there that want to chat, do a show, let me know, okay? It's called Stereo. Download it, okay? Don't miss out on opportunities, because when they hit, get into it. Peace.
What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? These ultra-low net-carb baked goods contain zero sugar, fewer calories, and more protein than the leading brands, and are high in fiber to support gut health. Shop now at Hero.co.